Aloha! This is Kaipacha with the weekly Pele report. This one is for July 1st of 2014. Got an early morning. It's not that early, but it's earlier than usual for me to be getting out here down by the river. On July 1st, we had got this moon going on in Virgo over here. And Friday, she goes into Libra. And we're going to have a square moon. First quarter square on that moon. On Saturday at 13 degrees. Sun at 13 Cancer. Moon at 13 Libra. But what I really want to talk about most today, let's stay with the moon. The moon is happening over here in Scorpio on Sunday. And then Sag on Tuesday. So she's coming around. We had our new moon last week, you know, I talked about it. And she's coming through. Went through Leo, now Virgo into Libra, Scorpio, Sag. So we're coming out of the personal and more into relationship, dealing with some other things. And the other things that we're dealing with in a real big way, in a real big time, is this sun moving into an opposition with Pluto. Yeah, and that sun is exactly opposite Pluto on Friday. And then he moves along. He's going to come into a square with Uranus. And we're going to activate that same T-square that Jupiter was activating before. And that the Grand Cross of Mars, I mean, this Uranus square Pluto is going on for a very long period of time, since the summer of 2012 until next spring. So it's always getting triggered one way or the other. So I want to talk about that today and what that's all about. I'll find a spot, sit down here. I don't think there is very much shade, but I'll see what I can do and we'll get on with the report. All right, it is a beautiful day. It is a beautiful life. The sun has moved into Cancer and Mercury goes direct today. Yes, hallelujah. Communications clearing up, things beginning to move forward again. Mercury's been retrograde for 3 weeks. Before that, Mars has been retrograde for a few months. I mean, we've been in these retrograde phases. Saturn is still retrograde a little while longer. But Jupiter has gone direct. Mars is direct. Now Mercury is direct. Life is going to be direct. So directly go for it. And how do we do that in the best, most possible way? If I look at the symbols and the signs for this week, the sun in Cancer, where Jupiter has been from June of 13 until this month, it's going to go into Leo. In a way, we're kind of closing up this whole year of Jupiter in Cancer. And just right in time, the sun is coming through. And it's going to join Jupiter a little later as Jupiter goes into Leo. But it's like this is this final culmination, the final timing for doing Cancer, and especially this Cancer in opposition to Pluto in Capricorn and squaring Uranus in Aries. And like I've been talking about, you know, ever since this Uranus came into square with Pluto, you know, a couple of years now, you know, it is about redefining our identities, who we are. Are we sons and daughters? Are we employees? Are we bosses? Are we defined by our job, by our nation, by our religion? How do you define yourself? How do you identify yourself? This is what is really changing as Uranus came into Aries to square Pluto. The Pluto in Capricorn is external authority. popes, bishops, presidents, fashion models, Hollywood, telling us, be this, be that, be the other thing. And Uranus is coming around in Aries saying no. And the Sun and Jupiter in Cancer is saying, I've got to listen to myself. I've got to listen to my feelings, to my truth, to my original core being. I can no longer play your game. And yet, Saturn moving through Scorpio, the North Node moving through Libra, Mars in Libra, these all going on since last December, has been also calling us forward into relationship. So we define ourselves now not by pulling out of relationship and pulling out of partnership and going hiding in the woods and hiding our heads under the sand or avoiding confrontation. No, it's actually that, you know what, we get to see ourselves, we get to see our identity, we get to really feel who we are in the context of the other. So the Mars and the North Node, which are coming into conjunction, and then this weekend the Moon occults Mars, comes right in front of it and hides it. That's how tight the conjunction is of the Moon and Mars this weekend. Yeah, on you know, Friday, Saturday, and by Sunday it's moved on. And the Moon's conjunct the North Node of herself. And so this is just really about, and Cancer Jupiter, Cancer Sun, is I come into myself, my truth, like I said last week. Yeah, that underworld of water, the underworld of feeling where I am my own truth. And my own truth is my own feelings and my own intuition. And from that place, then I am renewed and rejuvenated. And I emerge and I come out and I show myself, I bear myself to the other, to the world, to everyone. And be vulnerable. And I expose this new identity, even though I'm like, it's even new to me. It's like we are new to ourselves. And we are to, you know, the task is now to expose this vulnerable new identity to the world and to other people. And to not stay in Cancer and to not stay shy and not stay afraid. So Pluto in Capricorn is calling us out. Yeah, it's saying, you know, come up, grow up, come out, show yourself. And it's going to take guts, and it's going to take courage, and it's going to take, you know, some maturity to stand in that truth in public. Anybody can stand in their own truth in the closet. Hopefully. Gee, if you can't stand in your own truth in the closet, you're in big trouble, man. But to stand in your own truth, you know, in front of the boss, in front of the teacher, in front of the spouse, in front of the kids, in front of other people, and say, this is who I am, I can do this, I can't do that, I do know this, I don't know that. I'm really good at this, I'm totally afraid of that. So this Moon going through Virgo now is these couple of days, you know, of really feeling, you know, am I ready? Get my shit together, prepare myself like the bride or the groom for the wedding. And then that Moon goes into Libra and it says, let's get together, let's unite, let's relate, let's connect. So there's just these different ways of connecting, and that's what the mantra is about today. There's false ways of connecting. There's immature ways of connecting. Out of neediness, out of show, out of, hey everybody, look at me, see me, feel me, touch me, heal me, like Tommy. And there's the other way of I am giving, I am contributing, I am offering something original, something new. So there's this giving and receiving. And this is the balance that Libra asks of us. Is that, yeah, you put yourself out and it's like, okay, this is who I am and I need this. But you also put yourself out like, hey, take this. I've got that. I've got the other thing. You know what I'm saying? So this mantra for today is that I am now powerful, upright, and strong, expressing a truth that is mine alone, not posing and posting so as to be seen, but opening like a rose, blooming in spring. Do you see that difference? Do you know that difference? It's so tempting now with the cameras and the video and the iPads and Facebook to just like be, you know, hey, look at me, hey, look at this, how many likes have I got, how many people love me, how many people saw this, you know, and you know, but it's a trip because it's this whole internet thing and this whole technology is like you have to be alone on your little computer in order to relate to everybody. There's kind of a non-real element involved. Libra, and as that moon moves into Scorpio after the weekend, is about the real you and getting really close and really intimate. And it's not this airy-fairy, yeah, internet photos and superficial contact, but really the authentic self. And that's what the rose blossoming, it's like, you know, as the bud opens, it shows what is naturally there. The rose is not trying to please or trying to look a certain way or be something it's not. It is what it is, and it's showing what it essentially is. So the more we do this Sun in Cancer, this Jupiter in Cancer, and the more we go inward into our deepest feelings and really understand and know our deepest truth, the more we are like that rose that is just who I am. And then when this Jupiter goes into Leo, we've got something to show. We got something to yell about. That's coming. Right now we're like breaking forth, breaking out. Sun square Uranus, Sun opposite Pluto. It's a little bit tense. And we can cave back down into fear and climb in our little crab hole. But I encourage you, face Pluto. Be that Mars moon in Libra this weekend. And come out and relate. Practice for this next year as Jupiter goes into Leo. And we all have some fun. Like these guys in the water behind me. So one more time. Yeah. I am now powerful, upright, and strong, expressing a truth that is mine alone, not posing and posting so as to be seen, but opening like a rose, blooming in spring. May you blossom this week and all weeks beyond. Namaste, aloha, so much love.